Welcome to our TechSphere Podcast. Today we're talking about how AI could transform the world for the better. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends.
Yeah.
We're diving into Dario Amodei's essay, Machines of Loving Grace. And it's a fascinating look at how powerful AI could improve our future. If we do things right, that is.
Definitely an exciting area to explore. Amodei, you know him, right? CEO of Anthropic, a big name in AI safety.
Yeah, for sure.
He really challenges that common focus on AI risks, you know? Instead, he flips the script, dives deep into the incredible potential upsides.
Right. It's like he's saying, hey, let's not just focus on the doom and gloom. Let's talk about how to use this powerful tech to make a better future. You know?
Exactly.
He's painting a picture of a future where AI isn't just a tool, it's a partner in solving humanity's biggest problems. We're talking a world without diseases like cancer or Alzheimer's, a world where poverty is a distant memory.
Totally. And he does acknowledge that people often underestimate both the potential and the risks of AI. And a positive outlook can be motivating, he argues.
Yeah.
But this isn't some pie-in-the-sky, AI will fix everything kind of argument.
Right.
He's very specific about what he means by powerful AI.
Okay.
He envisions AI as, well, like a country of geniuses in a data center, able to do everything, from making scientific breakthroughs to writing creatively and coding complex software, all at a level exceeding the most capable humans.
So not some far-off sci-fi singularity, but something grounded in the capabilities we're already seeing today.
Exactly. Remember those chatbots that can write poems and code?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Those are large language models, or LLMs, and they're just the starting point.
Right.
Amodei is building on what we see with these LLMs, but he's taking it several steps further. He also cautions against dismissing AI as having only a small impact.
Yeah, I remember that. He talks about the marginal returns to intelligence, right?
Yes. He emphasizes understanding the marginal returns to intelligence, which basically means figuring out how much smarter AI needs to be to really move the needle in different fields.
Okay, I see.
For example, to cure cancer, a super intelligent AI could design and run experiments much faster than humans, potentially leading to breakthroughs in a fraction of the time.
So it's not just about AI being super smart. It's about how it can speed up the whole research process.
Exactly. He uses AlphaFold as a great example of this.
Oh yeah, AlphaFold. That's fascinating.
It's an AI developed by DeepMind that can predict the 3D structure of a protein just from its amino acid sequence.
Right.
Biologists have been working on this problem for 50 years, and AlphaFold cracked it wide open.
Yeah, AlphaFold is a really cool example. Can you tell us more?
Sure. AlphaFold is an example of an AI that serves as a virtual biologist, mimicking the tasks human biologists do, but at an accelerated pace.
Got it.
Amodei believes AI could increase biological progress tenfold, or even more. Imagine a compressed 21st century, as he calls it, where a century's worth of medical advancements happen in just 5 to 10 years.
Wow. Hold on. Are we talking eradication of diseases, extended lifespans? What does that actually look like?
Yeah. He predicts we could see the eradication of most infectious diseases, the elimination of most cancers, and effective prevention and treatment of genetic diseases.
Wow.
He even suggests that AI could help us prevent Alzheimer's.
Wow. Just imagine a world without cancer or Alzheimer's. That would be revolutionary.
And it goes beyond just treating diseases. Amodei talks about biological freedom, where we have unprecedented control over our own biological processes.
Okay.
Think about shaping your physical appearance, managing your weight, or even making different reproductive choices.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But also a little unsettling. This level of control raises so many questions about access, inequality, and the ethical implications. It's a lot to grapple with.
Absolutely. And Amodei acknowledges those challenges. He's not saying, hey, here's the tech, figure it out.
Right.
He stresses the need for a global effort to ensure these benefits reach everyone, and that we carefully consider the potential downsides.
He even suggests that AI could help us double the human lifespan. I mean, we've already seen a near doubling of life expectancy in the 20th century, so it's not totally out there, but what would that even look like?
He argues that with AI helping us understand and target the aging process itself, we could see lifespans of 150 years or more.
Okay, I'll admit, at first I was skeptical. But he's laying out some pretty compelling arguments here.
Right. We've talked about AI's impact on our physical health, but he's just as optimistic about its potential in mental health.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He believes that AI could lead to cures for most mental illnesses, even those we consider untreatable today.
That would be life-changing for millions, struggling with conditions like depression, anxiety, and schizophrenia. How exactly does he see AI making such a difference in this area?
He outlines 4 key areas of progress. First, traditional molecular biology, which AI could accelerate, just like in physical health. Then there's fine-grained neural measurement and intervention, which would allow us to understand and manipulate neural circuits with incredible precision. He also talks about advanced computational neuroscience, where we use insights from AI research itself to understand the brain.
That's fascinating.
And finally, he mentions behavioral interventions, where AI could act as a personalized coach, helping us become our best selves.
So we're talking about a future where not only are mental illnesses treated more effectively, but our everyday mental and emotional experiences are enhanced. We're talking about feeling more joy, creativity, and fulfillment.
Precisely. He envisions a world where people have greater cognitive and emotional control, leading to richer and more meaningful lives. He even suggests that AI could help us expand the space of what is possible to experience mentally and emotionally.
This is all so fascinating, but I can't help but wonder, will everyone have access to these advancements? What about people in developing countries? Will they be left behind?
That's a crucial question, and one that Amadei addresses directly.
Oh, good.
He dedicates a significant portion of his essay to the issue of economic development and poverty in an AI-powered world.
So what's his take? Is he optimistic about AI's potential to close the gap between the developed and developing world?
He acknowledges the immense challenges, such as corruption, weak institutions, and the potential for technology to worsen inequality. But he also sees reasons for optimism.
Okay, let's hear it. What are those reasons?
He believes that AI-driven health interventions could spread rapidly to developing nations, significantly improving global health. This would boost productivity and economic growth.
So a healthier population leads to a more productive workforce, which drives economic growth. Makes sense. But are there other ways AI could help?
Amadei suggests AI could help make better decisions in developing countries, leading to more effective economic policies. He points to the success of East Asian economies in the late 20th century, which achieved high growth rates by implementing smart, targeted policies. He believes AI could help replicate this success on a global scale.
So we're talking about AI acting as a sort of super economist, guiding developing nations towards prosperity.
In a way, yes. He envisions AI finance ministers and central bankers helping to optimize economic strategies.
This sounds almost too good to be true. Are there any potential pitfalls we should be aware of?
Of course. He cautions that technology alone isn't enough. There needs to be a concerted effort from both AI developers and policymakers to ensure that these benefits reach the developing world.
I see.
He stresses the importance of political will and global cooperation to ensure a just and equitable distribution of AI's advancements.
It's a lot to consider, but the potential upside is huge. If we get this right, we could be on the cusp of a global transformation where poverty and disease become relics of the past.
That's the hope. But of course, there's another big question looming.
Oh.
What about AI's impact on peace and governance?
Uh-oh.
Will this powerful technology lead to a more peaceful and democratic world? Or could it empower authoritarian regimes and worsen conflict?
That's a scary thought. I mean, we've already seen how technology can be used for surveillance and propaganda. Does Amadei believe AI will make this problem worse?
He's actually less optimistic about AI automatically leading to peace and democracy.
I see.
He warns of its potential misuse by authoritarian regimes and stresses the need for democracies to take a proactive approach.
So what does he suggest we do? How can democracies ensure that AI is used for good and not for ill?
He outlines what he calls an entente strategy, where a coalition of democratic nations work together to gain an advantage in AI development. They would use this advantage to promote democracy, counter authoritarian propaganda and surveillance, and foster conditions conducive to peace and stability.
Essentially, using AI as a tool to safeguard democracy and human rights on a global scale.
Exact.
It's a bold vision. But can democracies really outpace authoritarian regimes in AI development?
Yeah.
And how can we ensure that this power isn't abused?
Those are difficult questions, and Amadei doesn't offer easy answers.
Right.
But he emphasizes the importance of collaboration and transparency in AI development. He believes that by working together, democracies can harness the power of AI for good, promoting a more just and peaceful world.
It's a lot to think about. We've covered a lot of ground already, from eradicating diseases to promoting democracy. And it's clear that AI has the potential to reshape our world in profound ways. But amidst all this talk about disease eradication and global politics, there's another fundamental question that Amadei grapples with. What happens to work and the meaning we derive from it in a world where AI can outperform us in most tasks?
It really is a question a lot of people are asking these days. If AI can do almost everything better and faster, what's left for us humans to do? Will we just become, obsolete?
Yeah, it's a valid concern. I mean, where do we fit in if machines are doing all the heavy lifting?
Yeah.
Both mentally and physically.
Right. But Amadei doesn't believe we'll become obsolete.
Okay.
He argues that finding meaning in work doesn't require us to be like the best, He points out that people already find purpose in activities, regardless of whether an AI could do them, better.
So it's like when you think about playing a video game or riding a bike, you might not be the best in the world, but you still enjoy it and find satisfaction in improving your skills. It's not always about reaching the top. It's about the journey and the personal growth along the way.
Exactly. And he believes this will still hold true in a world where AI surpasses us in most, economically valuable tasks.
Okay.
Humans, he argues, will continue to find purpose in creative pursuits, artistic expression, social interactions, personal growth.
That makes sense for personal fulfillment. But what about the economic side of things? How will people earn a living if AI takes over most jobs? Does he talk about universal basic income or some kind of AI-managed economy?
Well, he admits the economics are trickier.
Yeah.
He believes that in the short term, we'll see what he calls comparative advantage, keeping humans relevant.
Comparative advantage.
Yeah, so even if AI can handle, say, 90% of a job, humans will still be needed for that remaining 10%, making their skills even more valuable.
So it's not this sudden shift where AI replaces everyone overnight. It'll be more gradual transition, with humans and AI working together, each contributing their unique strength.
That's right. But he does acknowledge that in the long run, AI could reach a level of advancement where our current economic systems no longer make sense.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like we need a new social contract for the age of AI. And Amadei, he urges us to start that conversation now.
Yeah, that's uncharted territory for sure. We're talking about rethinking the very foundations of our economy. How does he propose we even begin to approach that?
He doesn't offer any concrete solutions, really.
Okay.
But he remains optimistic.
Okay.
He reminds us that human civilization has successfully navigated major economic shifts in the past. Think about the transition from hunter-gatherer societies to farming, then to feudalism, and finally to industrialism. Each shift brought its challenges, but we adapted and found new ways to thrive. Amadei believes we can do it again, adapting to the realities of an AI-powered world.
So while the specifics are unclear, he has faith in our ability to find solutions if we're willing to be creative and, work together.
Exactly. He reminds us that the future isn't set in stone. We have the power to shape it.
Right.
We can ensure that AI's benefits are shared widely and that its risks are minimized. He emphasizes that we're not simply passive bystanders in this technological revolution. We are active participants with a responsibility to steer it in a direction that benefits all of humanity.
I like that. It's interesting that Amadei's vision is both incredibly ambitious and surprisingly intuitive. He connects his ideas to I.N.M. Banks' culture novels, which depict a utopian society where advanced AI coexists with humans.
Oh, yeah, I love those books.
Right. And he also references Scott Alexander's argument about how pure competition can be self-defeating, suggesting that cooperation is ultimately a more successful strategy.
Interesting.
It's like he's saying that the values driving this AI-powered future, fairness, cooperation, curiosity, autonomy, these values are inherently strong and will lead humanity toward a better outcome.
It's a hopeful message for sure. He seems to believe that a better future lies in embracing our best human qualities, the ones that have allowed us to flourish and progress as a species. It's not about surrendering to technology, it's about using it to amplify our capacity for good.
Yeah, I agree. He argues that these values are what will lead to a truly thriving society, one where everyone has the opportunity to live a healthy, meaningful, and fulfilling life. It's an inspiring vision. It reminds us that the future isn't something to fear, but something to shape.
Absolutely. And while he doesn't downplay the risks associated with AI, he chooses to focus on its potential to create a better world.
Right.
He calls for a proactive approach, working together to ensure that AI solves our biggest challenges and helps create a future worthy of our highest aspirations.
That's a great way to put it.
Amadei ultimately wants us to understand that we have a choice. We can either passively accept whatever future technology throws our way, Or we can actively shape it, guided by our values and hopes for a brighter tomorrow. He believes that this seemingly radical future is really just an extension of our deepest human values. It's an interesting thought, isn't it?
It really is. Amadei's essay is a thought-provoking exploration of AI's transformative potential. He paints a picture that is both ambitious and inspiring, one where technology addresses humanity's greatest challenges and unlocks new realms of possibility. He acknowledges the risks, but he focuses on the opportunities, challenging us to embrace a future where AI is a force for good, a tool for progress, and a catalyst for a more just, equitable, and flourishing world.
Well said. He leaves us with a powerful message. The future is not predetermined. We have the power to shape it. The choices we make today will directly impact the world we create for tomorrow.
It's a strong reminder that we're not just passengers on this technological journey, but the architects of our future. It's up to us to ensure that AI is used to build a world we can all be proud of.
Amadei's essay is a call to action, urging us to engage in a thoughtful and proactive dialogue about AI's role in our lives. He invites us to imagine the possibilities, confront the challenges, and work together to create a future where AI serves humanity's best interests.
Yeah, and it's rejoicing, you know? He doesn't shy away from those tough questions, but he doesn't let fear hold us back either. He believes in our ability to innovate, our commitment to justice, and our power to use technology for good.
It's a message of hope, definitely. A reminder that even with all this incredible technological change, we still have the power to choose our path. The future of AI isn't written yet. It's being written right now by the choices we make, the conversations we have, and the actions we take.
Amadei's essay is a really valuable contribution to that conversation, and one we should all be a part of. You know, it's time to move beyond the hype and the fear and have a thoughtful discussion about AI's potential to change the world, for better or for worse. So what does this all mean for you? Amadei's vision is bold, ambitious, and definitely not without its challenges. It's a call to action as much as it is a prediction, a reminder that the future isn't set in stone. We have the opportunity to shape this AI-powered world, to make sure everyone benefits and the risks are minimized. Amadei believes this future, while it might seem radical, is ultimately an extension of our core human values. What do you think? Is he right?
That's the big question, isn't it? And one worth pondering for sure. I think Amadei gives us a lot to consider, you know. It's a powerful reminder that we're not just along for the ride with technology. We can be drivers, shaping its direction, ensuring it's used to create a world that benefits everyone. Amadei's essay is a great starting point for that conversation. Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into the potential of AI.
Thanks for being here. It's been a fascinating discussion. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in to TechSphere. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with your friends.